What is going on, good people? Welcome on into the Delmarva Sports Insider, the only live and local show dedicated to giving you all local sports all the time. I'm Sports Director Trayvon Miles.
And I'm Brandon Bossert. Welcome on into the show. We have got a championship tier show for you tonight.
Yeah, Brandon, the final week of high school sports of the high school sports season is officially wrapping up. After tonight, there's just one day remaining on our schedule.
Yeah, unbelievable, Trey, that it's flown by like this. But you know what? I am so thankful that we actually have championships in Maryland to talk about this spring, because we didn't think we were just a few weeks ago.
Exactly right.
And we're coming down to the finish this week in Maryland. We saw some amazing games.
Yeah, a total of 4 Bayside teams vying for state championships, 2 today, 2 tomorrow. We'll begin on the baseball diamond. St. Michael's baseball has had some ups and some downs this season. Before winning their 11th regional title, there were some rough moments, including a 13-0 blowout loss to Snow Hill. Despite all of that, the Saints came into today's 1A title game looking for their 6th state title in a 20-year span, taking on Cattassin out of Frederick County. The Cougars would actually get on the board first in the first. Logan Szymanski going to sneak one past the infield to bring in that run there. Well, St. Michael's would answer back in the second. Tegan Murphy's going to hit one off the mound, and the throw here is going to be off the mark. Kyle Miller coming around to tie us at 1 going into the third, and then came some mistakes. A routine pop-up going into the Bermuda Triangle. No one coming away with it. That would put runners on second and third. Next man up is Dylan Nicholson, and he goes yard. 3-run home run over 400 feet to left. Saints trail 4-1 midway through 3.
Yeah, Saints aren't done yet, though. Owen Baum driving one right back up the middle. RBI single there for him. They cut it to just a 4-2 deficit through 3 innings. But, man, the Saints with more miscues in the fourth. An error right here on the ground. It's going to score a run for the Cougars. 3 runs allowed between 2 errors in that inning. The Saints trail 8-2 here. They would threaten in the 5th. Bases juiced. J.J. Zirkle snuffs out the Flames with this grounder right there. Last chance for the Saints with the bases loaded again. Cougars get the strikeout right there to end things. St. Michael's denied their 6th title. They go down 10-3 today in the championship.
Well, I thought when we fell behind, this is honestly probably the best team we've probably played in 5 years or so. First of all, we knew they were very well coached, but the talent they come out and the way they hit the ball and their approach, they were better than us. I mean, we had to play a flawless game to be in it. We made a couple of mistakes and opened the door for them, and they took advantage of it. We had a tough regular season. We were like around 500, and all of a sudden we got slaughter ruled by Snow Hill, and that seemed to turn their season around. So the kids are really resilient. They didn't quit and made a run at the end, and I couldn't be more proud of all of them.
First of all, what an amazing season for St. Michael's. For them to go from losses to Easton, Queen Anne's, Colonel, and Snow Hill, like Coach Femi said, to the 1A title game, very admirable the way they turned their season around. Now, I got the sense, Brandon, talking to Coach Femi post-game, he was sad that they lost, but very optimistic about this team's future. This is a team with just 3 seniors on the roster, and I have a feeling that this program will be back with that 1A trophy back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I think it says something about this team where they have these losses, especially that 13-0 blowout against Snow Hill, and they just never quit, and they still made it to this championship game. I mean, you heard the head coach right there say this is maybe the best team that we've faced in the last 5 years. I mean, you make mistakes like they made today, you're not going to beat a team as good as that, but they made yet another deep run in the 1A playoffs this year. They're a very young squad, like you said, a lot of promise.
Right.
But what comes with youth and inexperience are mistakes.
That's true.
And that's exactly what we saw today. Some pop flies that could have been caught that fell in, some defensive miscues really derailed them today. But I can see this squad returning a couple of times in the next few years. St. Michael's, they're a squad to watch.
Yeah. All right, over to softball now. The Queen Anne's Lions have had an incredible season all year long. They had high expectations last year before the season was cut short. They enter this morning on the verge of their first championship in program history. The Lions taking on Calvert across the bridge in Glen Burnie. Pitching dominated this game. There was plenty of help from the defense, though. This bunt is fielded. There's going to be 1, and then there is going to be 2. Foot was off the bag, but it's a double play. Cameron Whitefoot, the Rhode Island commit in her final game, fields this bunt clean, sliding stop for the out. We saw plenty of that in this game. A little bit later on, Whitefoot going upstairs with the strikeout. She had 14 of those on the afternoon. We remained scoreless. Emma DeBoer matching zeros with Whitefoot. The Lions unable to figure her out, so scoreless after 7. We're going to extras with the 2A title on the line.
Yeah, and the Bats come alive in the 8th. Line drive to shallow center. That falls in. Run coming home, and the Lions now need a run to keep their title dreams alive. Bottom 8, 2 runners on, 1 out. Bunt is caught right there. They're going for the double play. Go to first, and it's overthrown. That would have ended it, but instead Queen Anne scores a run. We are tied now with 2 out. Cameron Brandt at the dish, liner to right, and that's going to do it. Tristan Stewart trotting home. The Lions win the championship, their first in program history after a thrilling 8th inning in come-from-behind fashion. Queen Anne's, they are your 2A softball state champions.
Really determined. My last couple at bats I really have been in the last couple games, so I knew that there was no way I was going down without a fight, and signature Cameron Brandt hit down the right line there to win the game.
That's unforgettable. I still can't believe it happened. If anyone wants to do it, it was Cameron. This is her last game of her softball career, and so she was due, and that was her moment.
First time in program history that we were undefeated, and what a perfect ending for the entire program at school. I had our community here. It was phenomenal.
Now, we will talk about the champs in a little bit, so stick around for that. We have a lot more to say about this Queen Anne's team.
Yeah.
But we will switch gears to lacrosse. As promised, we got 2 more teams competing for championships in lacrosse. Now, Kent Island boys and Parkside boys met on Wednesday afternoon in Salisbury with a trip to the 2A championship game on the line. Now, Parkside trailed 2-1 early in this game. Dom Flora absolutely showed off. He tied it with the first goal, and he gave the Rams a 3-2 lead with that sweet move going top shelf. Kent Island entering right back minutes later. Jamie Smith cutting off the left side, sneaking one over the goalie's hands. Parkside takes a 4-3 lead into the 4th. Kent Island comes calling again. Jack Mulligan sweeping one from the right side. Remember that name. 6 minutes left. We are tied. The Rams hold possession, 2 minutes left. This shot off the mark. I didn't really like this shot at this time of the game. The Bucks defense recover. They take it down with 46 seconds left. There is Mulligan again for the winner. Kent Island comes back and knocks off the 1 seed Parkside to win this game by a 5-4 final.
Oh, we just had to keep our heads up. We couldn't, get down on ourselves for not, scoring and put it in. We just had to wait and just do our part and just put it in the rack when it counted. And
it's going to take us a whole lot of head, heart, and hustle to get us to hoist the trophy. So for us, it's a motto we want to live by is, put our head, heart, hustle on display, and usually we can come away with a pretty good performance.
Now, what a game between these 2 Bayside Titans, Brandon. That was an excellent game. We need to look ahead tomorrow to the big game. Kent Island is the 4 seed. They will play 7 seed Hereford at Loyola University. Hereford is a powerhouse in the state of Maryland, 15 straight regional championships, 12-time state champions. On the Buccaneers looking for their first title since 2015. This one's slated to get underway at 2:30 in Baltimore, so it should be very interesting.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. I think Kent Island has the defense, and Jamie Smith is an absolute stud.
Absolutely.
I think we could see Kent Island coming home with some hardware. Now to some 2A girls lacrosse action. Number 4 QA playing La Plata, and Lions dominating early. That was Piper Evans coming around X. Moving on now, we've got Jesse Wright putting the moves on the defender and goes top shelf for the goal. 7-goal run to open up for Queen Anne's.
Jeez.
They're looking for more. Bella Rollapal pump fakes and finds the back of the net there. Queen Anne's coast past La Plata to the state semifinals. So Queen Anne's girls lacrosse will play for yet another for a championship tomorrow. They go for the 2A girls lacrosse title. The Lions take on Middletown. Both teams looking for their first title in program history. The opening face-off is slated for noon, and after that, 24-0 beatdown that we saw. Looks like they are ready for tomorrow, Trey.
Yeah, Brandon, so what do we think? I mean, Kent Island, Queen Anne's, both of these teams have an excellent shot to win championships tomorrow. What do you think is going to be the key for Kent Island tomorrow?
Defense, I would say definitely
Yes.
the defense. We
Yes.
saw them play excellent defense against Parkside. I saw them play against Easton. They were able to dominate the Warriors, keeping them off the board for extended periods of time. I think that as long as they play solid defense tomorrow, they have a really, really good chance of winning this game.
Yeah, and Coach Woolley said that defense is what they leaned on. Their average is around 4 or 5 per game, so he is not worried about that defense, a stud goalie.
Yeah.
I'll say for Queen Anne's girls lacrosse, just like I did with softball, revenge. They lost that semifinal game back in 2019, just like softball did in 2019.
Very true.
In the final. So I think these ladies are out for revenge. We'll have to
Absolutely.
see if they can hoist the trophy this year. That'll do it for the A block. We're taking a quick commercial break, but when we return, we're taking a look at a local hero who just delivered for her team on the biggest of stages. That and more when DSI returns.
I'm Brian Femi, head coach, St. Michael's High School. You're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.